हाँ कराइए जल्दी। हाँ ठीक। हेलो हेलो रवि। नाम ही रख देंगे तेरा पाइथन।
हेलो। यस सर।
हाँ आ रहे बच्चे, आ रहे हैं, बढ़ रहे हैं।
ओके सर।
अच्छा ये स्लाइड आप वहां से चला देंगे?
हाँ सर, मैं वहाँ से चला रहा हूँ।
ठीक है ना, ओके। क्योंकि मेरे या तो होस्ट बना देंगे तो आप नहीं, चलाना तो आप ही को पड़ेगा, आप ही की तरफ है।
जी जी, मैं चला रहा हूँ मैं। और ये सेम सेम प्रेजेंटेशन है जो हमने लास्ट टाइम जो ये किया था।
ओके ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम।
ओके सर।
कितनी, 5-6 स्लाइड होंगे ना हमारे लिए बस ना?
सर ये वही ज़्यादा नहीं है, वही हमारे इकोसिस्टम के बारे में ही है पूरा, हम
ठीक
जो
है ना,
इंक्यूबेशंस के पूरे सब चीज़ें।
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है।
ओके सर। So sir, shall we start? Manoj sir.
हेलो हाँ।
So
हेलो।
shall we start sir? Let student join in between.
वीडियो तो ऑन नहीं पा रहा, वीडियो परमिशन नहीं है क्या? वीडियो ऑन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। करे क्या? नहीं, नहीं हो रहा। लॉगिन करके क्लोज कर ले वो। नहीं, वीडियो अनम्यूट नहीं हो रहा। क्या हुआ? रवि, आवाज आ रही है मेरी? हेलो।
यस सर, आपकी थोड़ी सी आवाज कम है।
मेरी?
हाँ जी सर।
अब ठीक है?
हाँ ठीक है सर, अभी तो ठीक है।
नहीं, वीडियो मैं ओपन नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ।
सर आप लैपटॉप से ज्वाइन करें।
हाँ, लैपटॉप से हूँ।
एक मिनट, हाँ सर सॉरी, मैंने ना वो होस्ट का पार्टिसिपेंट का अभी मैंने को होस्ट बना दिया आपको। अभी आप
ओके।
चालू कर सकते हैं। हाँ हो
हाँ,
गया। एक्चुअली मैंने वो पार्टिसिपेंट का वीडियो टर्न ऑफ करके रखा था।
ओके।
यस सर।
अरे, वीडियो आ रही है क्या? हाँ, ठीक है।
Yes, sir. So I'll start and then you can cover few slides and then I'll continue.
ओके।
Okay. So thank you so much all those who have joined on this Zoom call and those who are watching on YouTube live. So this session is going to be on the accelerators, incubation opportunity, and for the student and faculties of JLA University, as well as those students who wants to external students wants to apply at JLA University. So because our incubation facility is open to everyone. So this is going to be a session. So Dr. Manoj Kumar, who is the Associate Director of PBI Technology Based Incubation Center at JLA University, and also the chief coordinator of Museum IDC is going to cover few parts of the overall ecosystem of JLA University, and then I am going to cover the next part of the presentation. So I request Manoj Kumar sir to continue this presentation. So over to Manoj sir.
Thank you, Ravi. So good afternoon, one and all present over here on this online mode presentation. So I'm going to cover the entrepreneurial ecosystem which is available at our campus. So broadly, we are calling it as GINI. GINI stands for GLAU, GLAN City Ecosystem for Nurturing Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So this is one umbrella. Under this umbrella, we have several what we call spikes or wings, which is running, which is actually supporting our students, nearby enablers, startup enablers, or faculty members to start like any venture, right? So I am going to cover what facility we are providing here for you people. So if you are covering the start, sorry, a startup, then broadly there are two phases of any startups. So in first phase, we have to actually conceive the idea. Before that, we have to understand the problems. That also includes the what we call gap in the market, gap in the society, or in other words, we can say the problems, right? So this is the first step we have to think about it, right? So that is called collection of raw data and other things. So for the beginners, there is a problem: how to start a startup. So for that, you require some kind of mentoring and support, which is going to be given by this what we call ecosystem called as Genie. So Genie has several wings. If you're talking about the wings, so the very first thing which is actually governed or run by our students only, that is entrepreneurship cell, which is very famous among the students as well as faculty members, which basically organize different entrepreneurial activities across the campus, through which you can understand how to how, what, when to start the venture and how we can go ahead. right? So ECEL has the basic responsibility to elaborate the things, to spare the things among the students. Second thing, after conceiving the ideas and other things, how to go ahead. Actually, for that we need some kind of what we call prototyping. So for that we have one center which is supported by Government of India, which is popularly called as New Generation Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Center, which basically supports you people as a grant of 2.5 lakhs per prototype. So suppose you have any idea and you want to test it, you want to design it, develop it, then for that you have one center in the campus itself, which is supported by Government of India as well as GLA University. So you can get benefit of that. After that, after prototyping, uh, you have to, like, that product is ready, then what to do next? So for that we need some kind of what we call MVP creation, minimum viability of the product, in which market that product is going to be launched, and what, who will the target customer. So these all things are coming under that part, MVP and other things, where you can get support of mentors, uh, angel investors, network of the different mentors. From there you can design your proposals for the MVP or for the startup or for the ventures, right? So for that we have one incubation center called as Spark. We are calling it as Sparkle. So Sparkle TBI is there. TBI stands for Technology Business Incubator, where you can get hand holding about different facilities, starting with the scratch, like the design part, marketing part, finance part. Okay, so this all things you will get from here, and also you people can get the facility of what we call cubicles, spaces for your venture, for your startups. So that facility is also available here in the campus, which is actually block number 11, first floor. We are calling it as TBI, Technology Business Incubator, where you can get support to commercialize your product, what you have developed. So it is not necessary that you have to go through the Newgen IDC and other facility which is available. If you have an idea about like services and other things, you can directly approach TBI people so that you can get support from there. So these are the facilities available for you people. Also, we are providing time to time skill development about other things, which is basically needed for the for the beginners. So time to time we are actually providing, we are giving this skill programs, so that people can aware about different things, what's going on in the campus or across the globe or across the country. So we'll get the information through those events. So I'll request you people, please uh, on regular basis check your mail. You are getting the different mails, but we are not understanding why people are not responding over there. Maybe you are not checking your official mails. So I would like to request all people who are available here, or you can uh, uh, tell your like colleagues, that people, if you want to be in this particular ecosystem, so please check your regular mails. There is a lot of ample of opportunity we are providing through mails and all that, about the events, about the facilities, about the what we call different things. Like tomorrow only, we are going to organize one event called as Evangelize, which is organized by with the support of one company called as I Create, supported by Gujarat government and central government. So in this way, every week we are trying to provide some kind of exposure to our students. So it will better if you can check regularly your mails and participate in all these events, so that you can get benefit. So this is all about our ecosystem. So I hope in coming future, those who are available here, so you can enjoy this facility if you'll get information from here, or all the uh, requirements or other things, or if you're interested to devote your time in this field. So we would like to welcome you people, and also I would like to request, tell others, right, so that they can also get benefit from here. So I think this is all about our ecosystem where you can get different kind of support. So for another part, I would like to request Mr. Rabi.
Thank you
Rabi,
so
are you
much.
there? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I have covered all the information. So for further
Yes,
information,
sir.
you can continue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So, sir has already covered like what we are offering as a ecosystem, overall ecosystem. So, as you can see, so we are working right from the student level, that is awareness and motivation. So, our student body, that is a e-cell, their job is just to create that awareness among students. Then, through Innovation Council, we conduct various workshops. So, this is also this session is also under this IIC, the Newgen IDC. So we are running this center for almost for like no 4 years. So we are like supporting startups, prototype development, and for that we are giving 2.5 lakh rupees of funding. Right, startup launchpad is a mini incubation you can call, and then this from this year we are going to start our mega project, that is Sparkle Technology Business Incubation Center. So just let me admit few students. Okay. Now, let us see what is the vision of Genie, that is a GLE ecosystem for nurturing innovation entrepreneurship. So what is our vision is to transform GLE University into an innovation hub, right? So innovation hub, when I say innovation hub, that doesn't mean that all the students must do just a startup. Even if they have something in mind, new things which has not existed before, right? That is what we want. So we don't want just students to replicate whatever they are in books or whatever they are in the experiment list, right? Students should come up with new things, right? That is what we want to achieve. So we want to transform JL University into an innovation hub and to create next generation entrepreneur who will contribute to society through their problem solving approach and contribute to sustainable social economy growth of the nation. This is what our vision of GLA ecosystem for nurturing innovation entrepreneurship. And we have aligned this vision in with the national education policy as well. So national education policy also emphasize on problem solving approach. So problem solving approach is nothing but identifying the problem first and then coming up with their thought process, with their skills, with their knowledge to come up with solution, right? So one such program that we have conducted recently, that was a Smart India Hackathon internally at JLA University. So it was all about problem solving approach. And I am very proud to say that two of JLA University team has reached to the grand finale of that competition. So today, the grand finale of Smart India Hackathon has started, and one team has gone to the Sikkim Manipal University, and other team has gone to the Bangalore to participate at the grand finale of competition. And it is not a easy things to reach uh, at the grand finale of such grand event, right? Then what next? So these are some of the policy intervention that we have recently come up with, right? So number one policy is the GLAU Innovation and Startup Policy. In short, we call it as a GISP, that is GLAU Innovation Startup Policy, GISP. What that policy is, this policy is in align with the National Innovation Startup Policy, which is given by the Ministry of Education Innovation Council. So this policy is talking about what kind of different frameworks, different schemes should be there at universities, at institutes, right? So in align with that, we have made our own policy, right? And what is that policy? So we are not going to talk in detail about it, but very soon we are going to send out to all the students about this policy. So I'll just quickly cover a few things, some of the highlights about that policy. So one is the allowing students to work on startup even with less attendance. So let us say even if you are not able to attend the bare minimum criteria, which is the 75% attendance in all subjects. So even if you are not able to fulfill, you will be allowed to give exams. You will not be detained in those exams. provided you get proper permission from the head of technology business incubation center, head of the entrepreneurship cell, right, to participate in innovation and entrepreneurship events, right? So this policy is promoting participation in innovation and entrepreneurship event, right? And also, without even if you are a student, you can still do a startup company, right? And if you are like, the provision that we have allowed is 60%. So now the criteria for 75% detention criteria for those students involved in innovation entrepreneurship activity, for them it would be 60%, provided they get a proper permission from the heads and head of the department as well as the associate director of TBI. Also, students can take a semester break, right? Student can take a semester break to work on their startup. For example, let us say if a student is saying that I have started my own company, now for this semester I want to fully devote myself to my company and I want to take a break. So it is allowed for students to take such break through this policy. Also, very importantly, faculty now can also start their own startup company. There will not be any legally, they are not bound to just work for JL University, even working with the JL University, drawing salary from JL University, still they can have their own company. There is a proper guidelines for that is given in this policy. Now, another two policies, one is the deferred placement policy. Or deferred placement policy is nothing but, even if students say that this year I don't want to sit in campus placement because I want to work for my startup, right? So they can spend a year without saying that I don't want to sit in start placements, and give a year, 1 year for their startup. And let us say if their startup doesn't work, right? If their startup fails, we are giving them opportunity to come back to placement office and say, I want to avail the placement services, and the placement cell is going to allow them to sit in placement drives. This is what a deferred placement policy is. It is there in many IITs and many IIMs, right? Now, another policy is innovation, entrepreneurship, and academic incentivization scheme. Now, through this scheme, we are giving some marks, some incentive marks in internal, not in exams which is conducted on paper, right? So for internal part of every subject in ongoing current semester, if a student has done some achievement, right? If let us say if they have won some business plan competition, let us say they have won some entrepreneurship competition, they have won some hackathons. So for such students, we are giving academic incentive, that is some marks in addition to attendance. So that is what innovation and entrepreneurship academic incentivization scheme. So you can see we are promoting entrepreneurship at institute level through policies, right? This is what we have come up with. Now, this is what already Manoj sir has talked about, Sparkle. That is what our technology business incubation center name, right? That is a Section 8 company through which we are going to provide all kind of support to our incubated startups, right? So the supports in next slide, you are going to see all what are the different supports that this center is going to provide. So let me tell you where this, because some of the students last few days, some of the student has inquired where this TBI is. So this TBI will be at CSED, that is a academic new building of academic block 11. There is an in between academic block 9 and 10. You can see CSED, Center for Skill and Entrepreneurship Development. So in ground floor, it is CSED, and in the first floor, it is completely TBI. So the TBI is going to be at first floor of academic block 10, right? That is a CSED building, right? So all of you, because we are almost ready, and very soon we will be going to have a launch where we are going to invite investors, we are going to invite our alumni entrepreneurs, we are going to invite all the incubated startups, those who have provided all kind of support in last 4 years. So we are going to launch this a big time, right? And this is what is going to be the flow of our technology incubation center. So we have already have our advisory board where we have CEOs of top incubation center. We have angel investor on our board. We are having government bodies on our board. So they are going to give us inputs, various inputs on what kind of initiatives we should do. And then through their inputs, we are going to organize lot of activities, lot of incubation program, boot camps, mentoring, competition, events. This is what the major part is going to be of technology-based incubation center is going to be into activities, right? And we are going to come up with many incubation program. We are already done one short program, that is a how to build startup, right? And we have a very small batch through that program. And in next month, we are also going to come up with a program called as a Try Entrepreneurship, which will be promoting campus company. The campus company means like any students can start small businesses right from campus. Like for example, they can start businesses of selling pens, notebooks, right? They can open a small shop for printing and photocopies, right? They can open shops for food delivery, right, within campus, right? So any kind of businesses that is very easy to operate within campus. So that is what we are going to allow students to do that. And for that, we are going to give them seed money of 20,000 rupees. So next month, we are going to come up with that program. The name of that program is Try Entrepreneurship, right? So we are asking students to test the flavor of entrepreneurship, try their hands in entrepreneurship and startup. And then obviously through all our activities, we are going to get some outputs. So output is nothing but just a number of activities, number of startups. An outcome is going to be in later, after 3 to 4 years, we are going to see the outcomes where we can see, like, for example, if I talk you about some of the outcomes of our last 3 to 4 years of activities, is that two of our entrepreneurs, two of our startups, those are incubated, they have raised funding, right? So the startups, once it raises the funding from external incubation center, external investors, that is what the outcome. And apart from that, if that startup is generating profits, that is also outcome. Okay. And then impact is nothing but subjective. So we are not going to touch upon that, but is how to calculate impact. And we are, as of now, we are sector agnostic, but in future we tend to become a sector focus, right? So these are the main three focus area where we are like putting our stress. So IoT and sensor based startups, agricultural startup, information communication technology startups. These are our main sector focus. Apart from that, we are supporting any kind of business. So even if startups come up with the fintech, or some startup comes up with the crypto based startup, we are also supporting that. Okay, sorry, I was disconnected.
Kartikeya Sharma is asking something.
Yes. So coming back to the offering of incubation center, these are what our main offerings of this Sparkle GLA TBI. So number one is obviously infrastructure. We give offices, that is you can set up a startup, incubator startup, they can have their offices at our technology incubation center, right? And then they can also have access to specialized facility. So like for example, at CSCD, we have a big manufacturing unit where we have installed robotic arm, big 3D printer machine, big CNC machine. So these are all kind of specialized facility the startups can have direct access. Then obviously fundings. So funding in case some seed funding as well as funding through government grants is also they are going to have access to that also. Mentoring is going to be very important part of our incubation program because we are bringing a lot of experience mentors, investors on our platform, on our board. They are going to mentor them, mentor right from scratch to till they generate some revenue, right? Then we will have linkages, connect referrals. That is also very important. We are going to connect them to various VCs, various VC firms, right? To raise external funding so that they can grow big times, right? And obviously you have seen so many young entrepreneurs, so many young startup founders like becoming very big. They have you have also seen the Shark Tank where very young startup founder right from the age of 18 to right at from the age to 45 they have been there at show and they have pitches and they are doing wonderful. Then obviously technology, because we call ourselves as a technology business incubation center. So technology is going to be one of our focus area. Then we are also going to provide them hand-holding support. Hand-holding means anything when they can ask how to. So like how to can be how to build a company, how to register a company, how to make a use of AWS platform, how to make a use of social media, how to generate sales strategy. So anything, any question related to startup, we start with how to. We are going to answer that through our handholding support, right? Then access to specific industry, market, and government. Since we are getting support from various governments, grants, so as of now we already have support from the UP government, right? So you can have access to that marketplace through our incubation center as well, right? And there are going to be a lot of many key services like student entrepreneurship is one of our main focus area. So we want students to start building their company right where when they are in third year and fourth year of their graduation, right? So do not wait for to complete your degree, right? Because that is going to be too late for you to take a decision. So it's always good to start early, although there is no such time to as such right time to start. So whenever you feel like that, yes, I can start now. So that is our what going to be right time. So as of now, I'll say this is the best time to start your startup because there is a plan like ample opportunities to raise funding, and also government is also giving lot of facilities to entrepreneurs startups, right? Then what are the different funding sources available for startup? So there is a Department of Science and Technology Nidhi, Triple S funding scheme. So they give some funding support of 1 crore, right? So all this funding facility, there are different eligibilities. So first startup has to fulfill all those funding eligibility and then they can apply to all these funds. Then there is a Atal Incubation Center and Atal Community Center also. Through that support, they are getting support through incubator, they are not getting support directly. Then for biotechnology and agri-tech companies, there is a different program called as a BIRAC, right? BIRAC is also supporting biotech and agri-tech startup and they are giving 50 lakh of funding amount. Then Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. This is a very popular scheme where student startups are getting maximum of 50 lakh per startup, and they are releasing fund very fast. So many startup has got benefited out of this scheme, and soon we are also going to apply for this scheme. So we are going to become an implementation partner for this scheme.
लेकिन ये
And
स्टार्टअप इंडिया के लिए है केवल.
what ma'am?
अरे यार ये तो ये कह रहा है इनको 1 करोड़ मिली है, ये 50 लाख पर स्टार्टअप देते हैं.
So
Priya is there. I think she is unmuted.
Okay, so
Now it's fine.
so we'll allow, so Manoj sir, we'll allow all the participant to ask any kind of question once we are done. So almost we are down to last two slides. So then anyone has with any question you can ask, right? And this is what our incubation, how we operate. So these are what 8 focus area of our incubation center. Number one is the like knowledge hub. We try to become as a knowledge hub, right? So then we network with all the investment partners, angel investors, venture capitalists. This is what we try to network ourselves, right? Already under networking, we are doing one big event called as a Bharat Pitchathon that is going to be on 10th of September. Then we provide workspace, we provide funding opportunity, we provide services as in like for example legal services. So company kaise banana hai, then private limited and all things, DIN, DSC, all these things. Then registering website. So these are what service comes under services. Product development facility. Or I already informed you that at CSD we have a big facility, and also we are having our own product development facility at Museum IDC. We have 3D printers, we have CNC machines, we have engraving machines where students can build their own product, right? Recently, we have procured one PCB testing machine where any kind of PCB machine, where PCB and electronic circuit can be tested for any kind of fault, right? Then compliances. So when any incubation center, when any incubated company register themselves as a company, they need to apply, they need to comply with the different government agencies. That's what comes under the compliance agency. For example, Startup India, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Income Tax, GST. So there are many compliances which any legal company has to fulfill, right? Then marketing. So obviously how to use social media, how to use influencer marketing, how to use sales strategy, how to build sales strategy. This is what our all focus area. And this is what some again details about it, right? So this is what our incubator program is, right? Now I am open to all kind of questions you can ask. So if I am not comfortable answering that question, Dr. Manoj Kumar sir is already here. So open to all any questions. So I'll stop sharing this so that we can have open discussion about any kind of incubation of opportunity that you want to ask, right? So this session is for students as well as faculty. So open to any kind of question. I see some of the student has raised their hand.
I think Priya was asking something actually. Priya, if she's there.
Priya Chaturvedi.
Priya Chaturvedi.
Sir, actually my query was cleared. I have talked to Sanjeev sir also.
Yes.
So you can again ask them so that student will also get aware.
Sir, actually my query was related to the funding, that how much funding we are going to get. That was my query.
Okay.
Can I answer?
So already, like I have already informed, there is a very startup friendly scheme called as a Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, which is giving 50 lakh rupees of funding to startup per startup. And for that only eligibility criteria is that startup must be operational, and they should have registered themselves as a company, private limited company, and get the recognition of a Startup India. So even for that also we are helping our incubated startup. So probably we, as of now, we have almost around, we have supported 40 startups, and out of that we have helped 10 startups to get DPIT registered. DPIT means Startup India recognition. That is required whenever you want to get any kind of government scheme support. You need to have a Startup India recognition, and we have actually helped them to get that certificate.
It depends
sir,
actually,
I want
Priya.
one more thing.
Yeah, please add your question.
Sir, I was likely to ask you that I was planning a startup that was not only for the India but international also. So this is also can we go with this or not?
It is up to startup actually. There is no boundary actually. Actually, you have, suppose you have registered. You are talking about, actually there are two questions actually, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you are registered like in UP, okay, so you can get benefit of UP government. suppose somebody registered in like Gwalior, for example, and he or she wants to get support from UP government, so he or she will not able to get the support. Like if you're
Okay.
talking about your boundary, like whether international and national, so that is another question all about altogether. Ravi, if
Okay,
you can.
sir, it's like I want to establish my office in Mumbai. I want to do my business from that place
Right.
because I have some idea that can easily execute it from that particular place. That's why I was asking this.
I think that is not a challenge. I think Ravi, if you can want to add something,
Yes.
I think there is
So,
no problem in that.
so ma'am, like you can register your company in India as a private limited company, and you can do businesses with outside agency as well.
Yes.
There is no such issue. Only thing is you need to see in which area you are going into. So, like if there is someone into excise part, so you need to just fulfill the government conditions
Technical
and
issues.
conditions, right? That's it.
Okay, sir.
Apart
Okay,
from
sir.
that,
Got your point.
yeah. So apart from that, if you really want to like go through international level, so there is like many Indian companies, they have set up their offices, they have registered themselves in Singapore, because Singapore is considered as a best place to register up your company, because they have very nominal charges for taxes for start. So many Indian company, they have registered themselves as a Singapore at Singapore. For example, PhonePe is registered themselves at Singapore, and they have also registered their company in India, but their major entity is at Singapore.
Okay, sir. I got your point. So my plan was not directly or indirectly connected with India to Dubai. That is why I was asking this question.
Okay.
No, that is
And
absolutely
sir, the
fine, ma'am.
next
That is
question I
absolutely
was
fine.
having now. Yes, sir.
You are only dealing with the Dubai client. So there are so many startups from India which are their businesses is coming directly from offshore. So they have a client not in India, they have a client in USA, UK. So that is not a question. There is nothing. So only thing is, if you are establishing a manufacturing setup, if you are establishing certain company outside of India, then you need to fulfill the regulations of that country.
Government regulations are actually
Okay.
needed in that case.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
And the next thing I want to ask is that for before moving further, we need to show you our plan. Then only we are getting funding if we get shortlisted, right?
Yes. So for all the funding support that I have shown, so for all the support there is a eligibility criteria, right? And that eligibility criteria says that every startup must be registered, and they should be in operation. Means they should at least start selling their product, start giving
6 months.
offering. So all those funding is not for idea stage. So for idea stage, there are different kind of programs are there, right? So that is called as a pre-seed. So there are different, might have heard of different series of investment, right? So idea stage, whenever a startup gets funding in idea stage, that is called a pre-seed. So pre-seed means you don't have a product, you have only prototype, then you get a funding. Seed money is your first amount, your first investment on your product, right? That is called as seed money. And after that, there are different series of Series A, Series B, different investment rounds comes into the
During
picture.
acceleration,
So
that can be applicable.
all these government, yeah, you can call it as an
Acceleration part, yeah.
acceleration part, right? So if for incubation, there is only two kind of grant, that is called the pre-seed and seed money. And Newgen IDC is nothing but you can consider it as an idea stage, because we are giving 2 lakh rupees of funding for prototype development. And now we are also going to come up with a program called as a try entrepreneurship. We are going to give a 20 to 40,000 rupees of seed funding to start businesses. Right? Anyone, if you like, we have also shared on the.
I think crowd fund can also be considered here, na?
Yes, crowd fund can also be there. Yes.
Crowd
and
fund
also,
can, yeah.
And there are different programs also, like for example, let me tell you the founder of what Shadi.com was there in Shark Tank, Anupam Mittal.
Anupam,
So
yeah.
started one program where he is giving 1 lakh rupees of seed money to any idea based company. All you need, you can also check out the Instagram page, and probably I'll also share. I don't remember what's the name of that program, but he has started because he
It
also
started with the help of, I think, Kotak Mahindra Bank actually. Maybe, I am not very sure.
So that is also, there is also 1 lakh rupees. So they are giving 1 lakh rupees of money to any idea stage company, right? So I'll share the details right after this program on mail.
So Priya, actually, I want to add here, actually, the fund is not a big issue actually. The problem what the people are facing is the good idea actually. So if the idea is good, so there are many resources are available for getting fund, starting with venture capitalists, crowdfunding, government schemes, NGOs, so many SIDB, so many schemes, so many people are there in the market.
So
the thing is that your startup must have some good objective. Yeah, please continue.
Yes. So हमारे पास में 3 से 4 एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स है जिन्होंने हमको डायरेक्टली है कि आप एक अच्छे स्टार्ट क्या आइए, राइट? हम लोग डायरेक्टली फंड देंगे. वी आर ओपन टू फंडिंग. लाइक रिसेंटली हमने एक कंपटीशन किया था, बिजनेस प्लान कंपटीशन, जिसमें प्राइज मनी वाज 25,000. 25,000 का फर्स्ट प्राइज हमने दिया था. सेकंड प्राइज वाज 15,000, थर्ड प्राइज वाज 10,000, एंड देयर वी हैव कॉल्ड एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स, राइट? And they have clearly said that even if we are not bothered about कि कौन सा स्टूडेंट है, उसने ग्रेजुएशन किया है कि नहीं किया है, कितना टैलेंटेड, अगर उसका आइडिया अच्छा है, आइडिया में दम है, हम उसमें 10-20 लाख रुपए लगाने के लिए तैयार है.
I think another guy is there, Chirag Goyal.
Yes,
Chirag Goyal, are you there?
Please ask question.
Chirag, if you can unmute yourself, can ask question. Chirag Goyal, are you there, Chirag? I think he is not there.
And also remember, बहुत सारे लोगों को ये रहता है कि जो आप लोग आइडिया सोचते हो, आप लोगों को लगता है कि आपकी आइडिया ही है, ठीक है? लेट मी टेल यू, आज की डेट में आप जो भी सोच रहे हो, प्लीज थिंक कि ये जो आपने आइडिया सोचा है, इसके ऊपर ऑलरेडी 10,000 से ज्यादा पूरे ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड में 10,000 से ज्यादा लोग उस आइडिया के बारे में क्या तो सोच चुके होंगे या वो ऑलरेडी सोच रहे होंगे. सो थिंक आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स, राइट? दोस्त जिसके ऊपर किसी ने काम नहीं किया है, एंड ऐसा भी नहीं है कि किसी ने ऑलरेडी काम कर चुका उसको रिपीट नहीं कर सकता. अब मार्केट देखना चाहिए, मार्केट कितना बड़ा है. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि देखो पेटीएम आ गया तो फोन पे नहीं चल रहा है. पेटीएम, फोन पे, गूगल पे सब चल रहे हैं क्योंकि मार्केट बहुत बड़ा है. तो मार्केट को समझो पहले, मार्केट की क्या डिमांड है, एंड देन यू डिसाइड कि आपका आइडिया क्या होगा. अगर मार्केट बहुत बड़ा है तो एक बड़े मार्केट में आसानी से 5 से 10 कंप्यूटर एक साथ अपना बिजनेस कर सकते हैं. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कई सारे शॉप्स रहते हैं, मेडिकल, एक शॉप है उसके बगल में एक और मेडिकल है, लाइन से मेडिकल शॉप रहती है, सबकी दुकान चलती है क्योंकि मार्केट बहुत बड़ा है, सबको चाहिए दुकान, सबकी चाहिए. ऐसा कभी होता है क्या कि भाई एक ही की चलती है? मार्केट में एक छत्र आज किसी का, तो मार्केट को समझना बहुत जरूरी है किसी भी स्टार्टअप में, ठीक है?
Okay, I think.
एंड ऑल्सो बीसी, यहाँ पे काफी सारे बीसीए के स्टूडेंट है, तो आप लोगों का दिमाग में एप्लीकेशन एंड वेबसाइट बेस्ड बिजनेसेस आते हैं. सो आपको ये देखना चाहिए कि वो उस तरह के बिजनेसेस में आपका यूएसपी क्या है. अगर आपका यूएसपी कुछ नहीं है तो बिजनेस चलेगा नहीं. यूएसपी का मतलब है यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट,
difference with others,
different with other.
yes.
And also try to mix. जो हमने अभी रिसेंटली हमने एक कोर्स किया है उसमें हमने एक आइडिया जनरेशन की टेक्निक बताई है. आइडिया जनरेशन की टेक्निक है जिसमें कि हम एक आइडिया को दूसरे आइडिया के साथ मिला देते हैं. तो फॉर एग्जांपल टिंडर को आप लोग मिला दो फ्लिपकार्ट के साथ में, क्या बन जाएगा? ठीक है. सो कुछ एक नया आइडिया सोचो कि भाई हाउ कैन वी कम अप विथ न्यू आइडियाज. व्हाट इज मीशो? मीशो क्या है? मीशो इज नथिंग बट व्हाट, एक कनेक्टिंग प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसका मॉडल थोड़ा सा अलग है. इट इज नॉट फ्लिपकार्ट की तरह मॉडल नहीं है, ठीक है? So try to mix things and come up with new things, right? So thank you so much to all the students, and I request all of you just to be there. I'll take few snapshots of this session.
And request to open like videos if possible.
If possible, so you can all turn on your videos. अगर आप लोग
And on your video if possible. अक्षत, आलोक, अंकित, स्क्रीनशॉट ले लिया क्या आपने?
जी सर, मैं तो ले आया हूँ. So again, ये सेशन का मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव है to tell each and every one of you and also spread this word that Zero
Yes.
University has a technology business incubation center जहाँ पे VCs है, जहाँ पे mentors है and किसी भी स्टार्टअप आइडिया को हम लोग पूरा सपोर्ट दे रहे हैं to convert it to full-fledged company.
इनसे एक प्रॉमिस लेते हैं सबसे कि ये कम से कम अपने 3 से 5 फ्रेंड्स को बताएंगे.
Yes.
देयर इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी इन द कैंपस इटसेल्फ, क्योंकि ये लोग डिस्कस ही नहीं करते हैं एक्चुअली.
और आपको अगर पता करना है कहाँ पर है, if you want to visit, you can also visit at
इनके पड़ोसी हैं, बिल्कुल आके देख सकते हैं.
Academic Block 11.
यस.
CSD का जो नया बिल्डिंग है उसके फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे है. You can go watch see. अभी वहाँ पे हमने सिर्फ चेयर्स आने की बाकी है और otherwise this infrastructure is completely ready. So probably after Diwali this year, we are going to inaugurate our incubation center, and hopefully before Diwali also we may inaugurate. So anything else, sir?
I think it's fine, and we should hope that these people are going to be our ambassador, and they
Yes.
must spread the things, the informations what we have just spared with all. And this is the responsibility of you people. See, you are also a stakeholder. We are assuming you are part of this, like all the ecosystem. So
Yes.
sincerely would like to request, please spare these words with your friends, family members, neighbors at your home, like मथुरा और जितने भी आसपास हैं, सबको बताइए. और इसकी इस फैसिलिटी ये बार बार नहीं इन्वोक होंगी, तो इसका फायदा उठाइए और सबको बताइए और इसमें आगे बढ़िए.
और एक और फैक्ट मैं बताना चाहता हूँ, 90% जो स्टार्टअप फाउंडर्स है आज की डेट में, उन्होंने अपने आइडिया की, अपनी स्टार्टअप आइडिया की शुरुआत जब वो स्टूडेंट लाइफ में थे तभी की.
स्कूल लाइफ.
ठीक है, स्टूडेंट लाइफ जब वो कॉलेज में थे तभी अपने स्टार्टअप आइडिया के ऊपर काम करना शुरू कर दिया था. बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप जो है वो जब कॉलेज में थे तभी शुरुआत कर दी है. सबसे बड़ा एग्जांपल दूंगा, आप लोगों ने अगर एक मूवी है द सोशल नेटवर्क, हॉलीवुड की मूवी है, व्हिच इज बेस्ड ऑन द लाइफ ऑफ मार्क जुकरबर्ग. तो मार्क जुकरबर्ग जो फेसबुक है, इट वाज स्टार्टेड एज अ स्टूडेंट प्रोजेक्ट, एक यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोजेक्ट की तरह शुरुआत.
प्रोजेक्ट था. यस.
आज आपको सबको पता है फेसबुक क्या है. ठीक है, सो नो थिंग इज टू स्मॉल. ठीक है, एंड नो बिग प्रॉब्लम इज a big, very big problem unless you give your efforts to solve it, right?
One more thing, have you spread the try entrepreneurship of which is going to be launched in the coming months?
No, we have not shared. We have not shared on the.
Okay, we can do separate meeting.
Yeah, so we will do one separate session about try entrepreneurship.
That is totally different thing, and which is going to just like the college startup. So what we are going to launch. So that is a what we call surprise for you people, students. We are going to launch in next month. So we'll send the mail and other information. Thank you so much for thank everyone for sparing your time, valuable time. अभी हम चाहते हैं कि आप हमारे ब्रांड एम्बेसडर बने, और आप सब लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है कि इन रिसोर्सेज को विजिट भी करें. whenever you are free, you just visit over here, you sit here over here, and you can get benefit, not related to startup. Anything we can solve, we'll try our level best. Thank you so much for coming.
Last question is there from Priya Chaturvedi ma'am. So whether university incubation centers take any equity or not, so it depends on how much funding incubation center is giving from its own pocket, right? So as per the GISP, we cannot take more than 9% of equity. So university का incubation center किसी भी अपने incubated startup से 9% से ज्यादा की इक्विटी ले सकता. 9%
That is higher side.
हाँ, उससे हायर साइड है, मतलब उससे कम ही
हम तो बहुत कम करने वाले हैं.
एंड हमने जो पॉलिसी डिसाइड की है उसके हिसाब से हम लोग जो हमारा जो इक्विटी का पॉइंट है वो है 1 से
हाँ 1 से 3, हाँ ऐसा
1 से 3% के बीच में है। एंड ऑल्सो दैट डिपेंड्स कि हम लोगों ने उसके लिए क्या किस तरह का कंट्रीब्यूशन दिया है,
सपोर्ट किया है, या
उसके बेसिस पे हम लोग इक्विटी लेंगे। ओके, सो
राइट।
ना वो इक्विटी, देखिए ग्रांट जब इंक्यूबेशन जो स्टार्टअप होते हैं वो 3 तरह से फंड रेज करते हैं। एक तो होता है डेब्ट, जिसमें होता है डेब्ट का मतलब होता है लोन लिया और एक फिक्स इंटरेस्ट पे उसको लोन वापस करना है, ठीक है। दूसरा होता है इक्विटी मोड पे। इक्विटी मोड का मतलब क्या होता है, आपने फंड लिया, किसी से पैसा लिया और आप बोल रहे हो कि आपकी जो कंपनी है उसमें आपने एक ओनरशिप दे दिया है। मतलब सपोज कि आपने एक शेयर दे दिया अपनी कंपनी का, 1% का मालिकाना हक दे दिया है। आपने देखा होगा ना पुष्पा राज मूवी देखी है आपने, तो उसमें कैसे बोलता है वो कि मेरे को पैसा नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को कट चाहिए, 1% का ये चाहिए इक्विटी, वैसे ही होता है। तो अगर आप डेब्ट लोगे तो आपको फिक्स इंटरेस्ट के साथ में लोन की तरह होता है, वापस करना पड़ता है। और जब आप इक्विटी की अगर लोगे तो आपने 1%, 2%, 4% ये आपने अपनी कंपनी का ओनरशिप दे दिया है। अब वो ओनरशिप जो है, अगर आपकी कंपनी बड़ी हो गई, वैल्यूएशन आपकी कंपनी का बड़ा हो गया, तो उसका भी पैसा बड़ा हो जाएगा। अगर आपका घाटा हुआ तो उसका भी घाटा हो जाएगा, ठीक है। तो ये 2-3 तरीके से फंडिंग होती है। तो वो हमको फिर क्या बताएंगे फंडिंग कैसे होती है। कन्वर्टिबल नोट्स भी होता है, एक और इन्वेस्टमेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट, इसको कहते हैं इन्वेस्टमेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स कहते हैं इसको, ठीक है। तो यूनिवर्सिटी जो है, हम लोगों ने डेब्ट का मॉडल हमने अभी किया ही नहीं, बिकॉज हमें लगता है कि किसी भी स्टार्टअप्स को, किसी भी स्टार्टअप हो, छोटा हो बड़ा हो, उसको डेब्ट मोड ऑफ फंडिंग में नहीं जाना चाहिए, बिकॉज दैट इज अ वेरी डेंजरस ट्रैप है वो एक तरह का। बिकॉज आपको भी नहीं पता है ना, हमें पता है कि आपका स्टार्टअप
सबसे
चलेगा।
लोएस्ट प्रायोरिटी पे रखना चाहिए वो,
हाँ, डेब्ट को आप ना ही लो, बिकॉज डेब्ट जो है वो काफी
हमेशा प्रॉब्लमेटिक।
बिजनेसेस में रहता है, ठीक है। ट्रेडिशनल मोड ऑफ बिजनेसेस के लिए आपको डेब्ट की तरफ जाना चाहिए। बट एक नया, बिकॉज स्टार्टअप जो नए तरीके के होते हैं, नए बिजनेस मॉडल के ऊपर रहते हैं, सो आपको भी नहीं पता है कि आपका चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा, और ना ही इन्वेस्टर को पता है। तो इन्वेस्टर भी रिस्क ले रहा है, तो बेटर है कि आप अपनी कंपनी का एक छोटा सा ओनरशिप दे दो उसको। अगर चल रही है आपकी कंपनी तो उसको फायदा है, और नहीं चली तो घाटा तो उसका ही है, क्योंकि उसने ऑलरेडी आपके ऊपर रिस्क लिया है, ठीक है। अगर आपने कभी नहीं भी पैसा कहा कि मैं डेब्ट के तरफ जाऊंगा, तो आपको इजीली पैसा मिल जाएगा। अगर आपने हमसे मांगा, यूनिवर्सिटी इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर से आपने पैसे मांगा, हमें 30 लाख का लोन चाहिए, हम लोन आपको आसानी से दे देंगे, ठीक है। बिकॉज हमें पता है कि आपको लोन वापस लेना है हमसे। कोलेटरल्स रहते हैं उसमें। कोलेटरल्स का मतलब होता है कि अगर आपने लोन नहीं चुका पाया तो बदले में कैसे उसको वसूलेंगे। देयर आर लॉट ऑफ कोलेटरल्स आर आल्सो देयर। सो डोंट गो फॉर डेब्ट पार्ट, ऑलवेज गो फॉर इक्विटी, जहां पे आप अपना छोटा सा इक्विटी परसेंटेज दे सकते हो किसी इन्वेस्टर को। चाहे वो हो सकता है इंक्यूबेटर हो सकता है, चाहे वो एंजल इन्वेस्टर हो सकते हैं। इसके ऊपर हम लोग फिर कई बात करेंगे, दैट इज बिकॉज दैट इज काफी फोकस इंटरेस्टेड लोगों के लिए ही रहेगा वो। So thank you so much. So we'll end this session here.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for joining, and we have done this session in very short time. So thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Bye.